Yo, what's up YouTube and welcome back to Erica Illustrators where we talk about sports and everything sports related from basketball, football, college basketball, college football, anything you can name. But right now, before we get started, I'm gonna ask y'all to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of me and my thoughts and opinions on sports. It's a new channel, up and coming. I'm just trying to, find my way, find my lane into this YouTube community. But today, we're gonna be talking about. Start off with my first game that I personally watched. The Nets and the Bucks. Man. Let's talk about it, bro. So for starters, prayers out to Kyrie Irving, bro. I hope he get well soon. I hope it ain't that serious. Ankle sprains really been taking a toll on NBA players this season alone, and I hope he get better, man. And now to talk about the game, and I know that foul calls are very important in the NBA, especially during playoff times. They be a talk like that wasn't foul, this was a foul, but I'm not gonna lie. Some of the fouls that should have been called were not. They just were not. Majority on Brooklyn's side, some on the Bucks side, but they called a lot of fouls on Brooklyn. They have called a lot of fouls on Brooklyn, and some of them were bogus. I'm not even gonna lie. Some of them were bogus, and Giannis kept getting charged. I think he got in the game 3 charged fouls, offensive fouls, but there were charges. And it's because Giannis he when he drives in the paint, he drives into his shoulder. So it's kind of if NBA teams capitalize on that, it'd be smarter for them to capitalize on that, because that's easy foul calls for them. And you never know, potentially he could foul them out. And I just want to say Chris Middleton. He was hooping. I'm not gonna lie, he was. But I feel like Brooklyn would have won that game if they had James Harden back. I say this because James Harden is a very, very important piece of that team. I know you still got KD, Kyrie, Blake Griffin been hooping, but James Harden is such an important piece because James Harden is the ball handler. He's the ball handler of the team. He's the point guard of the team. Kyrie Irving is not a point guard. Kyrie Irving, in my opinion, plays like a shooting guard, which I would consider him as. He's considered a point guard, but he plays like a shooting guard. And that's what I think it's like. They're missing a piece, and it's James Harden. He has to get healthy with the hamstring. The injuries this season has been crazy. In the playoffs, it's just been so many injuries. And the hamstring injury it varies. Sometimes you come back the next game, but sometimes you're out a few games. Sometimes you're out months. It varies, but they need him back. They really do. And now that Kyrie is out, a lot of talk about KD. Can he carry this team on his own? Or a lot of people are trying to compare him to LeBron now. They say if he can't do this, we can never compare him to LeBron again. Which I say this I don't want to get off topic. When that debate come up, I say KD's the greatest scorer, one of the greatest scorers of all time, if not the greatest scorer of all time, and LeBron is the better overall player. But off of that subject, back to the game, and KD has to take over now. He's been hooping. KD's been doing pretty good in the playoffs, but he's had help around him. He still got Blake Griffin, and Blake Griffin stepped up a lot also. But KD he got to take over, and he cannot let his mental go. That's what I seen in Game 4. Game 4, KD let his mental slip away from him. He was arguing with the refs a lot and doing things like that, and it's like, bro, you're one of the greatest scorers of all time, bro. You got to keep your composure. I know it's hard because you're in the playoffs, but when you're that great, bro, you gotta mentally be like, I'm him. I'm Kevin Durant, bro. I'm Kevin. You have to do that. And he went 9 for 25, which is not good at all. He still had 20, I forgot how many points he had. But you still have to. That's not enough. It's not enough. It's just not. And Blake Griffin, the defense that he was playing on Giannis was good. It's pretty good, but it's so many pieces they're missing. They're missing James Harden, the main piece. So it's like they have to pick up slack. They have to. If they want to beat the Bucks, they're gonna have to. For starters, they want to beat the Bucks out of the series. How they come out the first quarter has to change, bro. It has to change. First quarter, they went 0 for 8 or 1 for 8, something like that. And that's not how you start the game off. That's terrible. From game 1, from when they was playing the Bucks game 1, they came out firing on all cylinders. They were shooting, driving, like everything that was going in. But the last 2 games, it's been slow. They come out the gates real slow. Then they start to pick up. But if the Bucks aren't coming out hot, you gotta come out hot. If you want to win, you gotta come out hot, or at least not that cold. You can't come out shooting 0 for 8 or 1 for 8 and expect to win a half. You gotta come out fire. You gotta come out hotter than that. Honestly, you really do. And I feel like honestly, I don't want to say who I think is gonna win, but I mean it's kind of obvious that not people anymore. But I guess not. But I still think that Brooklyn is gonna win, but they're gonna win like in 7. I say in 7, maybe 6. If it depends on how this next game go. If they go down 3-2, 3-2, then they have to. I don't know. That's gonna go to 7. I still think Brooklyn's gonna win. I think they're gonna try to rush James Harden back just because of Kyrie hurt. Kyrie's hurt, so they need someone else to come in and help. And James Harden the only person, unless Kyrie ankle injury is not that deep. But let's switch topics and get to the. Let's look at the Phoenix Suns and the Nuggets game. Was that a game to see? That was a game to watch. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And the Nuggets, man, like it's just unfortunate for the Nuggets because this year they had a good season. Injuries just so terrible for NBA teams because your team can have a potential championship run and one injury can take all that away. One injury. That Jamal Murray, if Jamal Murray never got hurt, bro, I honestly feel like they could have won this series. Because Jamal Murray is such a big part of this team. Or at least they would have won some games. Because Jamal Murray is a very big part of that team, bro. It's like him going down to injury during the season was just terrible. Terrible for them. And with Jokic winning MVP, it's a lot of attention on him because he's the MVP of the league. And that game, they played some good defense on Jokic. I'm not even going to lie. They was playing good defense on Jokic, but at the same time, the people around him were stepping up too. Michael Porter Jr. is showing that he can possibly be a star in the league or a rising star in the league because he dropped 20. That's a good game in a win and go home series. If you win, no, we're not winning go home, but you're facing elimination and he dropped 20. That's decent. He can show that he can be a good player in the league and Aaron Gordon has to do more. He wasn't doing enough. Defense, yeah, he was doing alright, but he wasn't doing enough. It's not enough. Aaron Gordon has to find his role in the Nuggets team. He hasn't found that yet, in my opinion. He hasn't found that yet. He just hasn't. And Campazzo, he stepped up too as the backup point guard. He was doing okay. 14 on the what he had in the game, but you know it's just Jamal Murray. They needed him, bro. And then that Jokic ejection it just took the life out of the team, bro. Like Jokic, they was in Jokic's head. They was playing defense on him. He still had a good game. Jokic's gonna get his buckets regardless. He still had a good game, but it's just the fact like it was some shots that was taken at him he took some hits and they didn't call fouls. They didn't. The foul. I feel like the refs have to balance their foul calling because sometimes they call them, sometimes they don't, and the times that they don't call it be the most important times when they should call it. So they have to balance that, and that's why players get so mad because the refs don't call fouls that often. They call them, but they don't. But like, well, I'm not gonna say they don't. They don't call the right ones. That's how I'm gonna say it. They don't call the right fouls. But let's switch to the Suns, and I'm so happy for Devin Booker, bro. I'm so happy for Devin Booker. Even though nobody thought the Suns were gonna make it this far. If you tell me you thought the Suns were gonna make it to this far, you're lying. Unless you're a Suns fan, you lying, bro. You're lying to me. You didn't think that just adding Chris Paul to this team was gonna make them go to the Western Conference Finals. You didn't think that. Nobody did. I didn't think that. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought they was gonna lose in the second round, but proved me wrong. And Chris Paul just. Before we talk about Chris Paul, finish about Devin Booker. Devin Booker with the 34 piece, and Devin Booker's so talented, bro, and so special to that team. Very special to that team, bro. And I'm just happy for him that he's finally getting his time to show who he was. He's been showing people who he is, but the Suns were so trash that people were overlooking him. But now it's like the Suns. Well, he has a good team around him that complements his game. So now he's showing people that I'm him. I'm Devin Booker. Like, I'm here. And like Chris Paul, bro, like I never thought in my wildest dreams that just adding Chris Paul to this team would have made them a championship caliber team, bro. Never thought. But Chris Paul is a special player, bro. A special point guard, bro. One of a kind point guard. He dropped 37 tonight, bro. And Chris Paul he was very important to this W. Very. From passing to the mid range, he was killing the Nuggets with the mid range shot, bro. Like his mid range shot ability is fire, and a lot of people don't talk about it. But he has one of the best mid range shots in the game, bro. His mid ranges are, yeah. And then that sham guy he did on Jokic, that was fire. And the whole game was fast paced, and it was a good game. Like it was like that was a very good game to watch. From the Nuggets side to the Sun side, and there's a little scuffle between. Well, not gonna say scuffle, but a little talking between Jokic and Devin Booker because Devin Booker hit. I think it was Cameron Payne. Not Devin Booker. I'm tripping. Jokic hit Cameron Payne in the face. It was on accident though. He didn't try to, but and that got Jokic ejected. So yeah, man, Jokic gotta control himself, man. Even though he was trying to do it, but I could tell he was getting frustrated. He's getting very frustrated. And now I don't know what they're gonna do in the offseason. We'll say that for another video. I'm not gonna talk about that. We'll say that for another video. But yeah, bro, these two games today were good games, bro. Like they really were. And I just hope that the finals be even better. We don't know who's gonna make it out the East. My pick is the Nets because wherever I'm a James Harden fan, so wherever he go, I go. My pick is the Nets. But out the West, that's a don't know. You got the Jazz, you got the Suns. That's the next series, and I don't know who's gonna win. A lot of people. Oh, one player I forgot to mention on the Suns, and Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's shooting in the playoffs has been stellar. Like he's been shooting like crazy, bro. Like I'm glad I remembered this. Jay Crowder has been shooting amazing, bro. And I don't know what got it into him with this shooting ability, but he's been doing good, bro. He was making contested threes, open threes. Like he was just making shots, making 3-pointers that mattered. And it's crazy. Jay Crowder. Not to talk down to him, but Jay Crowder, bro. Okay. But that's gonna do it for this video, man. And if you like content that I'm making, Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm here to stay. You know, we're just here grinding on this channel, trying to make it to the top. You know, eventually, you know, I'd be able to travel to NBA games and stuff like that, you know, and get to watch the game firsthand. I can vlog them, I can do it, you know, I can do everything. We're gonna get there eventually, though, man. So, it's gonna do it for this video, man. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all grind, you know, and I'm just talking at this point. I'm see y'all in the next one. Peace.